Mm. Hello, followers. Um, Today I just wanted to make a video because I just found out something really great and I felt something really great and I wanted to share it with you so that maybe, um, quite honestly, you could maybe feel it. As I was watching videos about how marijuana affects our brain. I'm more aware than ever how it affects our brain and what part of the brain it affects and how it's negative if you're 25 years old or younger, which is my case. And YouTube um, suggested a video about this lady talking about how perception works, but how does perception works through the anatomy of a brain. And she first time freaking ever. It's the first time I discovered the nature of my brain. Where does the mind sits? Where does our emotion sits? Where is our ego? Where are our emotions? And I'd like to share it with you because at the end of this reflection, I had a deep realization. It's fucking incredible. It's an incredible feeling. It's an incredible fact to say that I can see myself as a subject. It's amazing to have something called awareness. It's amazing to have something called consciousness. In other words, of awareness. So basically, she said that we have four parts to our brain. So in the left hemisphere, right? So my left. Okay, so I'm seeing over there, my left. Maybe it's not the same for you. I don't know. Top left is the thinking brain. It's the brain that's going to be able to solve problems. It's the brain that's connected the with the part of the brain that calculates and organize things. So whatever you saw in that day, it remembers it in that little space in your brain here. And then in the bottom left hemisphere, it's what's called um, the emotion, right-sided emo no, left-sided emotional hemisphere. And it's a part of the brain where it steps out of the present moment and projects itself into the future or remembers the past. So every memory comes from this place. Every projection of anxiety or happiness, future happiness, comes from this place. And then there's the right hemisphere, this part of the brain. At the, I'll say the, yeah, right bottom hemisphere is um, the emotional right-sided hemisphere, and that is a space in that our body where I say we, um, just so that it's more clear for this video. But when I say we, it's kind of counterintuitive to what I'm going to say afterwards after these explanations. But we can feel, but no, the question that is answered in this space continuously is how does it feel to be in my body in this present moment? This is everything that's linked to curiosity, to imagination. Oh no, No, imagination would be in the left side hemisphere. Yeah. So forget about imagination. Curiosity. And then the top half of the brain, fucking big part, is consciousness and interconnectedness to what is. It is a scientific, it is a brain, by the laws of brain anatomy, we have a part of our brain that that is consciousness, that knows, that is. I find it boggling, mind-boggling to know that. Why? Because I think there's a lot of people suffering just because they haven't spent enough time in that space, in the right-sided, right-sided, wait, right-sided part of your brain. This part where, as I said, there's the consciousness and there's the um, emotional space that asks the question, how does it feel like to be in this present moment? And the thing that creates suffering or create happiness is when they interconnect. How does it feel like to be in the present moment will be influenced by how did it feel like to be in this present moment before, but it contradicts itself. Or, oh, wow, there's an interconnectedness and there's a shared consciousness and things aren't as it seems and blah, 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 blah. And another part of the brain that says, oh, 2 plus 2 equals 4. You know, they both are not the same. I think that's how suffering um, is created, is by the nature of the self, or what we call the self. These things are separate, and by believing in a sense of self, by believing in the story that I am an entity, I am start finish, that all of this, oh yeah, well, I'll check here the next time I make a decision. I make a decision. Um, saying that there is a center to all of this is what creates the suffering. Because then we say, all right, well, we forget that the suffering comes from both of the part of the bodies mixing up with each other, not realizing that, oh yeah, sometimes it's actually, as I said in the last video, sometimes it's the right thing to, sometimes we have to do, um, sometimes we have to calculate and problem solve. Sometimes we have to be, so in the consciousness realm. Sometimes we have to remember what happened, or sometimes we have to be in the present moment and feel. And the self says, well, let's make a decision with all of this. So that's first of all mind-boggling. Second of all is realizing the madness of our brain. If it's capable of creating a self, if it's able to see itself as a subject, isn't that amazing? You see, in this present moment, what I feel is, oh, didn't hit me like it hit me 10 minutes ago. So you see, I'm creating suffering by by feeling sad and feeling sad because I'm not feeling the feeling I felt 10 minutes ago. So that's intertwining, that's using those both parts of the brain and mixing them. What I felt 10 minutes ago is what I felt 10 minutes ago, and what I'm feeling right now is what I'm feel right now. They should be separate. Should accept. Not, "Fucking hell, I'm sad because I'm not feeling what I felt." Well, well, and, to have a higher sense of awareness because of that is also mad. So that's it for me. I hope you found something out of this. I've made me happy.